Hello, everybody, dear friends from all over the world and far beyond in the galaxies. It's so lovely to reconnect with you and with my friends, our friends in Switzerland, in Holland. I will introduce you. There are some people you do not see tonight. One of them is Anisse. She is the Dutch translator, and we would love to thank her from our heart for stepping in. So, hopefully, everybody can hear her. I will speak slowly tonight. Yes, I see people coming in. There are already 174 people. And in the background is Sally. She is doing the German translation. Thank you so much, Sally, for stepping in at the very last moment. And what would we be without Vitas, who is the technical guy who is in the background and makes all of this possible. So, guys, let us know if the sound is good and if the viewing is good. Let's just see if everything works. We're seeing on the chat we already have 336 people coming in. Let's see if everything works. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good, good,
it
good.
works.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yes, yes,
okay.
yes, 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 yes,
Dankjewel,
yes.
Jonneke. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So, tonight we are once again going to connect with our friends in the stars on different dimensions and planets, but also in inner Earth. Asar, who is sitting right there, is going to connect with his friends in inner Earth and tell us about the situation there. Because not just around us, but also below us, there are beautiful beings willing to cooperate with us. Elske will do a beautiful meditation tonight, helped by her star children, Amy and Waya. And Amy is like a golden girl, and Waya is like a raw, powerful lion. So that is a very good combination. Esther, who is sitting right there, is going to bring us into contact with the Arcturians. So that is very exciting. We're very, um, yeah, curious to know what they are going to tell us, and maybe also the Pleiadians will come through. Probably, most probably, Star is going to come through. Her beautiful child that she has together with Asar. And then, last but not least, there is Nicole, who is our dear friend, also from Swiss. And she will be telling a story, a beautiful story about grandfather Walter, her grandfather, with whom she has a beautiful relationship and learned a lot about connecting. And she will also reconnect us with our ancestors. Now, if all of this sounds very far out to you, don't worry about that because it also sounded very far out to us not very long ago. We were in complete denial and didn't understand what the was going on. But if you have an open and curious mind, usually you begin to get in contact with these beautiful beings who are there to cooperate with us. And it's important to mention, I think, that what will be happening tonight is like a conversation in a sense. It's not that we reach out to the star beings and ask them, please save us or please help us. They will be there for us if we ask them, if we give them permission. And but they are not perfect. They are, however, usually much further down the timeline. So they are ahead of us in terms of time, maybe 5,000 years into the future, maybe 10,000 years, which makes them really good partners to speak to because they can tell us about maybe mistakes that we don't have to make because they already made them. And they can look at us from a higher point of view and help us, inspire us to move through the kind of difficult times that we are in right now. What they told us before we got into this meeting was that they are only permitted to help us if we specifically give them permission. Not just us sitting here, but you at home. You need to give them permission to, whatever you like to get from them. Maybe it's inspiration, maybe it's comfort, maybe it's wisdom, maybe it's specific help with certain questions or topics in your life. So before we go on, let's just take a moment to go inside, reconnect to our soul, our highest self, the beautiful star being that is inside the light being that we are. Feeling that love, that wholeness, that beauty inside of our true nature. And then opening ourselves up to whatever guidance or inspiration can come to us. And specifically now saying 3 times, I give you, the beings, permission to come closer, to reach out to me. I specifically give permission for you, the star beings, to come closer, to guide and support me. I give permission from my heart that you, the star beings, the beings from inner earth, come close tonight to guide, to help, to connect. So it's a really, really beautiful group that is building up. The first time we did this event, over 25,000 people joined in, which is amazing because that creates an incredible field, of course. And now there are already almost 700 people and still coming in. So I would like to ask Esther now to connect us with the Arcturians and maybe tell a little bit about yourself,
A
Christian?
short note, I see some people asking about the Dutch translation. You have a YouTube link. You can see it on Tijn's Facebook and YouTube channel. There is a link from YouTube, and there is a Dutch translation there. You can find it.
Yeah. Best to go to my Facebook, I think,
Yeah, yeah,
too.
there's the link.
There you can find the
Yeah,
link.
yeah. Or maybe Vitas, you can put the link in the chat. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, dear Esther, would
Yes,
you take it from here, please? Thank you.
thank you. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to do this event again together. Very grateful to bring all the dimensions together. And a small intro about myself. My name is Esther van den Wildenberg. And it's only 8 or 9 years ago, actually, that I started walking this path of doing energy work and healing work with the beloved ETs, mostly from Sirius B, but the teams are expanding and there's more and more races coming to it. And before that, I had a totally different background. I was a researcher at the university. I did a PhD. I've been a policy advisor for many years, and then a burnout switched my life around. And then I really sensed, okay, it's time to make the journey back from my head into the rest of my body, to my heart, and start feeling what is there in my body, but also in the world around me. And that's also how I came across the work with the ETs through my beloved mentor, Hagai Katz. And it has been a magical journey ever since. In the beginning, I didn't really know much. I was not clairvoyant. I didn't hear so much. But I just sensed something very powerful was there, energy fields and beings who were there to support us. So I just trusted the feelings that I had, and I saw beautiful things happening with my clients. So that's how I built trust in giving healings and working with the star beings. And over time, they actually amplified my energy bodies. They opened up everything. And now I see more. I'm still not fully clairvoyant, but I see much more than I used to. I hear fairly well, and they can just access my central column of light very easily, and then just step in and guide my body. And that's also very convenient in doing healings, and really be a bridge in that way between the dimensions. So tonight I would love to be a bridge that gets you into contact with our dear Arcturian friends. They are masterful beings and healers and guardians of this galaxy. And they love to work with us and come closer. So I will just open up my channel. And as I always say, when I channel, it's like I go to the back seat of the car. I see everything, I can hear it, I observe it, but I leave the steering wheel to the guides. So I let them do the sharing and the talking. So, yeah, enjoy this journey. Let's see what they want to share with us. You can keep your eyes open or closed. It's just important to be relaxed and receive whatever comes your way. It's not just words that they share energy fields that kind of are embedded in the words. So just allow it to find you. All right, there we go. Welcome to the star beings from Arcturus. We are here always. There is not one single moment of the day we are not here. Arcturus is speaking right now. Many of us are always looking down at your precious globe that by now also sometimes feels a tiny bit like our own home planet. We know her so adoringly well. There is much to say, isn't it? There is so much more to feel, isn't it? There is so much to exchange amongst each other. This is what we as Arcturian friends would like to bring about: exchange of energy. This is our gift to you and your gift to us too. Exchange of energy streams. There is much we can do to support a being in need, a being who wants to ascend itself to a higher level of consciousness or being present. This is called exchange of energy. We all can serve each other to increase our vibration mutually. This is not something that depends on us. We do this together. This is what we as Arcturians would like to plead for. This is our suggestion. Can we become friends more and more on eye level basis? Can we look at each other like like-minded ones who all come from the stars in essence? Can we fine tune each other once again and really recognize each other in the heart? This is what we as Arcturians would like to bring about. Can we exchange humanoid energies towards Arcturians and Arcturian energies towards you kind dear humanoids? Every level of existence has a generator of kindness, you could say. There is much kindness in the realms where we reside, many of us on craft, but nowadays also many of us live in inner earth. This is like landing again on a planet, on a home base, where we learn and exchange with you kind dear humans every day. What do you teach us on a daily basis, if I may be so open to share? Energy exchange is always taking place. It cannot not take place. Even if energy is extracted from somewhere, it needs to be filled up again because energy cannot really get lost. It can only move or change shape. As an Arcturian is looking at humanity, there is mostly two things that emanate with us mostly. This is what is so typical about the humanoid race. Two things I would personally like to share that an Arcturian loves about humans. There is many things, but two things stand out for us. I will share them both one by one. There is much to say when an Arcturian looks at a human being, but one of those two things is that the humanoid heart these days is more and more opening, opening, as if most humans realize that life is much more enjoyable when the heart is open than when it closes. We see that many humans have such a big effort in keeping their hearts open. We love this about humans because we know and understand how dense your reality is, and it can be very easy to close off the heart, to feel a rock is carrying upon you. This is why we are very touched often by many of you brave humans to keep or try to keep the heart open. It is bravery to come to this dimension and avoid suffering by having an open heart. This is what Arcturians have learned over time as well. At a time when we were a very young race, it's eons, possibly millions, billions, trillions of years ago, it has been a long time ago, we also struggled with opening our hearts. We went through similar stages as you do right now on the earth in ascending in the openness of the heart that can still open and close, open and close, open and close. As soon as the Arcturian race started to ascend, we felt it became easier for us to keep our hearts open. Even in battlements which we have fought many to protect this galaxis against a run over. It has been harsh on many of our craft, many of our very large mothership that contains millions of inhabitants because we live on those craft. Many of them were struggling at the time. Can we keep on combating to protect a galaxis? Can we do that, really? We had to serve our hearts first. Can we keep our hearts open also when she is wounded? It has been a lesson for us that took a long, long time. This is why we as Arcturians are so touched these days to see the same, exactly the same ascensional quality that is coming over humanity these days. Many wars are still to be fought on your globe, but more and more people can anchor in their heart. There is much to say, isn't it? There is more to feel, isn't it? There is so much to say about our second beautiful, beautiful observation of humanity these days. There is so much to say about feeling what is there. This is what we see and observe in many kind humans these days. They are no longer afraid to feel. Feel what is there. This is a quality of ascension. To honor here and now moments, also if they don't feel comfortable or convenient. Allow your heart to be open. Allow the feelings to rise. There is ascension taking place in this moment. This is a process many of us went through, and it took us long, long times. There is many beings who feel star beings have no emotions anymore. They are not so easily tossed around or centered out. This is correct. It took us a long, long time to stay centralized. This does not mean we do not feel. We do. Definitely, we do. We get touched still. However, it does not take weeks, years, months, or how long it needs to grow over this. A moment of being touched is a deep resonance within. We love to get touched by our heart, by our bellies, by whatever brings us in trembling. And you kind, dear humanoids, bring us in these tremblings. You give us still the perception of emotions, of qualities of wobbliness, of a very deep resonance field that has a rainbow of colors that can be experienced. We not grant, we receive these qualities through you. This is our thank you, a petitioning. Please allow your feelings to be there. It is a gift that we appreciate as much also. Every time an Arcturian bends over to serve a kind dear human on this globe, most of them do not really want to feel. They want to have the feelings taken away. The only way through the feelings is to feel them. This is when ascension occurs naturally. Feel feelings, open hearts. Feel feelings, open hearts. Feel feelings, open hearts. There is much to say, isn't it? There is so much more to feel still. There is one small moment of silentitude in which the Arcturians will build a zone. It is not a literal spacecraft, however, it is a tingling energy that we experience on board of a craft. This tingling energy is a high vibratory field which can help to dissolve old traumas and pains. It dissolves them into a higher quality of trembling. This is our petitioning. In case you are open, you can give us a threefold permission to allow these energies to come into your living room, to build a spacecraft field, to allow your feelings to dissolve into unity. The quality of the field will serve your ascension. Ascension is about feeling feelings, open heart. The field will support you in a few moments of silent transmission where I might make a few tones to assist the field to build. You can close your eyes or maybe place your hands on your heart and your belly so you can just feel whatever arises. The field serves you to ascend naturally. Greetings from Arcturus. We love you, humans. There is much to say, isn't it? There is so much more to feel. This is our wish for humanity. Feel open heart. Feel open heart. Feel open heart. There is no more words needed right now to feel open your heart. Blessings, greetings from Arcturus. Many friends of us would love to come closer by. If you like to work with Arcturian friends, simply ask us threefold. We gladly come to serve more than we have done before. The Ascension is taking place rapidly. Feel open heart. Greetings from Arcturus.
Mm. Thank you very much, dear friend, for sharing. I think it touched our hearts. It was very palpable. We could really feel it. We could really sense it. And thank you so much also for sharing a little bit of your own history. That's why I think this is so valuable, because you've gone through the process and you can share with us the essence, and we could really feel the compassion and the love that you have for us. And yes, it's beautiful to know that you are there and that we only need to give permission 3 times to open up to that help. Thank you, and thank you, Esther, for being available.
Mm.
Beautiful. And
Yeah,
also a beautiful, for us, an example of how we can open ourselves up to these vibrations. Is there anything you still like to say, Esther?
yeah. I'm still nicely in the in the field.
Yeah,
No more words, right? I'm
no
still
more
feeling the
words.
field.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's great.
seems so easy, but it's not, huh? Feeling.
No, exactly. It sounds so simple, but I mean, this is really the essence of what it's all about.
And that's was also their path to ascend.
Yeah,
It's through
interesting.
feeling. It's
Very
not through
interesting.
here. Sometimes also when we've been through things, we think we've processed it because we
Yep.
know the story, we've analyzed it, we've talked about it with therapists for a long, long times. But then we often process it here. And the next step
Yeah.
is to process it in the
And they
body.
have also been through these wars like we are going through now, and the challenge to keep our hearts open amidst this dense, heavy place that we are in. I
Yeah.
mean, wow, we are so courageous.
As above, so below. I mean,
As-
they have had Star Wars and these things, but we have our own wars. It's there is so many similarities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to invite Elske to share her story and the meditation with us. So
Thank you.
go ahead.
Yeah. Feel feelings, open heart. Feel feelings, open heart. Feel feelings, open heart. Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Elske. Last event, I already shared some of my story about becoming a mom of Amy, my multidimensional daughter, our multidimensional daughter, 1.5 years ago, and it really rocked my world. And then later, Aaron and Waya also came. But well, it started much earlier in my life, but a real turning point was what you call a burnout, and I actually call it a burn-in. It's like 7 years ago. I wanted to jump out of my bed and take care of my sons and going to my work and business as usual. And I didn't know how to step out of my bed. It was just like, it's like flat line. So I didn't know how to put my feet out of the bed and to go downstairs and to make some tea. So everything told me like, shut up, lay down. And there was a deep voice coming into me and telling me, now you're gonna live from your heart. And that changed everything. And that opened a magical field I could feel as a little child. I could see all colors and I could see all these beautiful beings who were helping us and having conversations with them all the time. And that doesn't make me any different than other people or not special at all, because we are all able to do this. It's about trust, and it's about what does feel right for you. Is it opening your heart and you feel support, you feel this guidance, you feel this backbone, and you or does it feel like you're getting a bit cold and shivering, and then you can say, please leave, and they will listen. So, and trust your own heart in this, and feel feelings and open your heart. That's just what it is about. And after this beautiful message, maybe it's nice for just a short moment to check in again. What resonates with me? And it's not about the words. It's about the words can guide you, but it's about the energy. It's about the vibration. So if you're not able to follow everything, it's okay. Just let it go. Just rest. I see some comments about people about the translation. Just lean back and just feel your feelings and open your heart. That's just it. It's so simple. Keep breathing. So maybe for a moment you want to close your eyes. Maybe I'm going to do something with my hands. Don't get distracted by it. It's just like a light language going through my hands. And about this, words can be your guide, but it's just finding your own path. Just maybe you can imagine how your path right this moment in your life looks like. So take a moment, breathe, and feel your feet. And maybe you're sitting on a chair, or maybe you're lying down. And feel your backbone, feel your feet, feel your belly, feel your heart, your arms, your neck, your shoulders, your head. And maybe you're standing somewhere on a path, and maybe you see trees, or maybe it's you see green grass, you see trees. Maybe you're bare feet and you can feel the ground under your feet. And maybe you see nothing, that's fine. Don't look for it. And maybe if you can sense a path, you can, you can walk step by step. And I would like to invite you, maybe you can open a door, or maybe you can walk beside a tree, or maybe you can enter a field. And this is a field where there are no boundaries. It's endless. And my daughter Amy calls this the field, this golden field of unconditional love. And your potential in this field is endless. And maybe your field is not gold and is another color. Maybe it's white or blue or purple. And maybe you can lay down and be carried. And maybe you can stretch. Feel your feelings and open your heart. And if your mind comes between you and this endless golden field of unconditional love, just smile at your thoughts. Let them go as a cloud. Just come by and leave again. It's okay. And maybe you can feel lying down in this golden field how magical you are. And your potential is endless. You can do anything. Maybe it feels like home. Just lay down. You don't have to do anything. You are carried. And keep breathing. And stretch out. Maybe even more. Stretch out and breathe into your heart. And let your heart be wider and wider and wider and wider and wider. There is so much love. And you are love. And you are loved. Just open your heart and feel. And then slowly, if you're laying down in this golden field, maybe slowly you want to sit up and look around you. And maybe even stand and stretch out. And then you can find your own path again. And you can walk step by step. In your own pace, on your own path. And feel also you're here with a mission. And you came to Earth with a purpose. And thank you that you came to Earth. That's so brave. I really, really want to thank you that you came. And maybe you can feel your feet. And how strong your legs are. And how strong your backbone is. And how strong your shoulders are. And you're so brave. And maybe you can feel this energy of a lion and a lioness. And this fire in your belly. I'm here. And I'm here right now. And the fact I'm here and I'm here right now makes the difference. That makes a big difference. That is why we are ascending. Because you are here right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you to Amy and Waya, two of the children. Amy being always in this golden field of unconditional love and light, and Waya being a lion being. Maybe in the coming events, we will ask the lion beings to come and speak to us, because they are a very, very, very powerful race. And not long ago, when we were in Switzerland, we asked Nicole, who's going to speak to us now, to tap into the energy of Waya, our lion son. And she went like, "Rah," and it was amazing. I actually thought it would be a little lion, because he was still in your belly then, I think.
Yeah.
He was still in your belly, so I thought it was like a little lion, like, oh, so sweet. He was like, "Rah." Very, very strong and powerful energy, which we can all tap into. All right, sweet Nicole, our beautiful friend from Switzerland, who will help us to reconnect to our forefathers, foremothers, our, the people who came before us. And it's so important to reconnect to that lineage. And she will also tell a very personal story. So, sweet Nicole, over to you.
Okay, danke. Ich
Vielen
bin
Dank.
Nicole und ich werde Deutsch sprechen, weil ich am besten so meine Gefühle ausdrücken kann.
Sie ist Nicole und sie wird Deutsch. Oh, sorry. She is Nicole and she will speak German because that's how she can best express her own feelings.
Okay. Also, ich bin hellsichtig in dieses Leben gekommen
I came clairvoyant to this life.
und das war ziemlich schwer und befremdlich,
It was really difficult and strange
denn vor 46 Jahren war es nicht normal.
it wasn't normal 46 years ago.
Ja. Ich sah als 3-, 4-jähriges Kind in meinem Elternhaus einen kleinen Menschen, einen kleinwüchsigen Menschen,
I saw a very small person in the house of my parents when I was 3 or 4 years old.
die ganze Zeit. Er saß in jeder Ecke und er saß einfach.
He was sitting in every corner. He was just sitting.
Und mir war klar, dass nur ich ihn sehen konnte und niemand sonst.
And I was sure only I could see him and nobody else.
Und ich hatte Angst. Ich hatte richtig Angst.
I was afraid. I was really afraid.
Und ich wurde größer und sah andere Wesen.
I grew up and I saw more beings.
Aber ich hatte schon gelernt, dass ich schweigen sollte, dass es
But
besser für mich ist, es nicht zu erzählen.
But I had learned that it was better for me not to share this. I had to be quiet about it.
Ich konnte es mit meinen Großeltern teilen, weil meine Oma und mein Opa beide hellsichtig waren.
I could share it with my grandparents because both of them, my grandpa and my grandma, were clairvoyant too.
Sie hatten Träume,
They had dreams.
sie hörten Stimmen, Gedanken,
They heard voices and thoughts.
sie sahen die Zukunft,
They saw the future.
sie sahen Energien
They saw energies.
und all das hatte ich auch.
And I had that too.
Aber mein Problem war,
But my problem was
ich konnte es nicht kontrollieren.
I couldn't control it.
Es kam von überall zu mir. Es war zum Verrücktwerden.
It came from everywhere to me and I nearly went crazy.
Und mein größter Wunsch war, bitte, lass es mich kontrollieren können. Bitte, bitte.
And my biggest wish was, please Let me be able to control it, please.
Und jetzt kommen wir zu meinem Opa.
And now we come to my granddad.
Mein Opa Walter und ich,
My grandpa Walter and I,
wir hatten schon immer eine ganz besondere Seelenverbindung.
we had always a very close soul connection.
Und er war sehr krank.
He was very sick.
Und ich lebte in Hamburg und er war im Krankenhaus.
I lived in Hamburg and he was in hospital.
Und meine Mutter rief mich an
And my mom called me
und sagte zu mir, Nicole, das Mittel läuft noch 2 Stunden durch und dann gucken wir, was passiert.
and she told me the certain substance or medication will run for another 2 hours through his veins, and then we will have to see what will happen.
Und ich habe 400 Kilometer weit weg gewohnt und ich konnte es niemals schaffen.
I lived 400 kilometers away. I could never make it in time.
Und ich setzte mich trotzdem ins Auto
I still went to my car
und ich fuhr.
and drove.
Und nach 2 Stunden sah ich durch den Rückspiegel
And 2 hours later, I saw in my back window, in my back, yeah. I'm lacking the word.
Mirror.
Mirror. Thank you, Ty.
meinen Opa Walter auf der Rückbank sitzen.
He was sitting in the back of my car.
Und ich habe das nicht verstanden. Ich dachte, ich bin traurig, ich habe Angst, es ist nichts.
And I didn't understand that. I was sad, I was afraid, but it's nothing.
Und ich kam an, er war tot
I arrived, he was dead.
und mir ging es schlecht. Die ganze Nacht ging es mir schlecht.
I
Ich war
really
wach
felt bad about it and I was awake.
und ich sah meinen Opa die ganze Zeit neben mir und ich hörte ihn mich trösten.
And I saw him all the time next to me and heard him giving me comfort.
Aber ich habe es immer noch nicht verstanden.
I still didn't understand.
Und dann sind wir eine Woche später, denke ich, zum
A week
Bestattungsunternehmen.
We went to the funeral company
Und um Goodbye zu sagen.
to say goodbye.
Und ich hatte kurze Zeit mit ihm allein.
I had a short time with him alone in the room.
Und ich kam rein und sah den Sarg.
And I came in, I saw the coffin.
Und es war eine Reihe von Stühlen aufgestellt.
There was a row of chairs next to it.
Und ich sah meinen Opa auf den Stühlen, seine Energie auf den Stühlen stehen.
I saw his energies on the chairs. His energy.
Und er winkte mir zu
He was waving at me
und er sprang
and he jumped up and down.
und er rannte nach links und nach rechts und winkte und machte komische Sachen.
He ran left and right and made funny things.
Und ich guckte ihn an und da habe ich es verstanden.
And only then I understood it.
Mein Opa war der Erste, den ich gesehen habe, den ich kannte.
He was the first one, my grandpa, who I saw, but I knew him.
Und ich wollte ihn wieder fühlen. Ich wollte ihn wieder bei mir haben. Ich liebe ihn so sehr. Ich habe ihn so geliebt. Ich wollte ihn bei mir haben, ganz nah.
And I wanted to have him close to me. I loved him so much and I wanted to have him near, just so close to me.
Und ich habe gedacht, lieber Gott, ich habe diese Fähigkeiten. Das muss für irgendwas gut sein.
Dear God, I have these capabilities. It must be good for something.
Zum Beispiel, um meinen Opa zu haben.
And for example, to have my granddad again.
Und ich dachte mir, ich beginne mit dem Einfachsten.
I thought, okay, I start with the most easy part.
Ich legte ein Blatt Papier vor mich hin, nahm einen Stift
I took a pencil and a sheet of paper.
und sagte: Opa, erzähl mir etwas. Ich schreibe es auf.
Tell me something, Granddad, and I'll write it down.
Okay, und ich schrieb Worte aus meinen Gedanken, sowas wie Baum, Grün, Pflanze,
And I wrote down words out of my thoughts: tree, garden, plants.
Ich wusste, es ist nur mein Kopf,
It was only my head, I knew that.
aber wenn man was immer wieder trainiert, dann wird man besser.
But if you train that always, you get better.
Ich trainierte jeden Tag
I trained every day.
und ich schrieb und irgendwann merkte ich nicht mehr, was ich schrieb. Ich schrieb nur noch in
I wrote
Trance.
and I wrote, and at some point I didn't know what I wrote. It was like in trance.
Und dann merkte ich irgendwann, dass ich immer wieder dasselbe Wort schrieb. Immer wieder, immer wieder.
And at some point I realized I was writing the same word all over again.
Und ich öffnete meine Augen und las.
I opened my eyes and I read
Liebe.
love.
Und ich brach in Tränen aus, weil ich wusste, das war mein Opa.
And I started crying and I knew it was my granddad.
Das war sehr berührend.
It was very touching.
Ich habe später, als ich trainiert habe, wollte ich wissen, wie das funktioniert hat von seiner Seite aus.
Later, when I trained that more and more, I really wanted to know how it works from his side.
Yes. Es gibt keine Zeit, es gibt keinen Raum, also ging ich zurück zu ihm in die gleiche Situation.
There is no space, there is no time. So I went back to the same situation, back to him.
Und ich bemerkte, dass er mir Worte geben wollte und sie nicht ankamen.
And I realized that he tried to give words to me that didn't arrive with me.
Unsere Einstellung war noch nicht richtig kalibriert. Wir haben uns noch nicht richtig gefunden.
We were not fine-tuned yet. We couldn't find each other.
Und mein Opa hatte dann eine Idee.
Then my granddad had an idea.
Nur ein Wort muss ich ihr sagen, mit der stärksten Emotion, die ich habe.
Only one word I have to say with the strongest emotion I carry.
Und das war Liebe.
And that was love.
Und das hat funktioniert.
And that worked.
Ich trainierte weiter
I continued training myself.
und es kamen Sätze, einfache Sätze, sehr einfache Sätze.
And then simple sentences came.
Und ich wollte es immer überprüfen.
I always wanted to check it out.
Das ist so eine Sache mit Vertrauen.
It's a thing with trust.
Und alles, was er mir sagte, stimmte. Alles.
Everything he told me was correct.
Mhm. Es kommt noch jemand zusätzlich in dein Seminar. Bei dem einen steht im Oktober schon der Weihnachtsbaum. So verrückt.
Somebody will come in addition to your seminar. With somebody else, there will be a Christmas tree in October already.
Und irgendwann sagte ich zu ihm: Opa, was du mir gerade erzählst, ich kann es nicht glauben. Bitte sende mir Beweise.
And I told him, I can't really believe what you're sharing with me, but please send me proof.
Und er sagte mir:
And he told me,
Beweise, Beweise, Beweise. Und wenn ich dir wieder einsende, erbittest du einen neuen.
proof, proof, proof. And if you want another one, you want another proof.
Das war sehr hart,
That was pretty hard,
aber ich habe verstanden, was er meint.
but I understood what he wanted to share with me.
Irgendwann merkte ich, dass mein Opa nicht mehr zu mir sprach und ich ihn hören musste.
At one point, I realized he didn't speak to me anymore. I didn't have to listen to or hear him.
sondern er schlich sich wie in meine Energie, in meinen Körper ein.
He came like into my body, into my energy field.
Und ich fragte ihn, ob das stimmt, was ich gerade fühle.
And I checked with him, is that correct what I'm sensing?
Und er antwortete, ja, das
Yes.
ist so.
That's it.
Das ist der bessere Weg.
That's the better way for us.
Aber
But
du willst ja deine Krücke nicht loswerden. Er meinte den Stift.
you don't want to let go of the pencil, of your crutch. No, of your, I don't know, something else.
Und ich legte den Stift hin und die Etappe war vorbei.
And I dropped the pencil and I never needed it again.
Ich merkte dann, dass ich das, was ich mit Opa machte, mit allem anderen machen konnte, mit anderen Verstorbenen, mit anderen Energien, mit
Then I
Menschen.
realized what I could do with my grandfather, I could do with all other beings, with all other deceased people.
Genau. Und ich dachte immer, wenn ich jemanden finden würde, gefunden hätte, wenn ich damals jemanden gefunden hätte,
Could I have found anybody back then
der Kontakt mit meinem Opa herstellen könnte,
who could have made contact to my grandpa?
ich hätte alles gegeben.
I would have given everything at the time.
Und auf einmal konnte ich es.
And all of a sudden, I was able to do that, to give that to other people.
Und man denkt vielleicht, es ist immer traurig.
Maybe you think it's always sad.
Das ist es nicht. Es wird auch viel gelacht.
It's not. There's also lots of laughter.
Ich habe all das in einem Buch niedergeschrieben.
I wrote a book about that.
Sehr einfach, sehr einfach,
Very simple.
dass jeder Mensch sich anfangen kann, damit zu beschäftigen.
That everybody can start doing that or looking
Ich
into
wollte-
that.
Ich wollte einen Impuls geben, dass jeder seinen eigenen Weg finden kann und vielleicht etwas von mir nimmt und es weiterentwickeln kann für sich selber.
I wanted to give an impulse that people could take certain parts of what I had experienced and develop it further.
Ja. Denn das ist Heilung.
Because that's healing.
Ich glaube, ich habe alles gesagt über die Geschichte.
I shared everything about my story.
Ah ja, das ist nur in Deutsch.
That's the book, only in German.
Mm.
Es
Green
liest
light.
sich sehr schnell.
It reads quickly.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Ja.
It's so helpful for, I think, for everybody to realize that we all are able to do this.
Ja.
If we learn to open our hearts, open our minds, and sort of also step aside, you know?
Ja.
And it's a beautiful training that you went through, first writing and then opening up and then being able to embody
Ja.
another being.
Ja.
So
Ja.
beautiful, so
Ja.
beautiful.
Und ich würde sagen, jetzt holen wir noch die Ahnen, oder? Vielleicht haben sie uns allen etwas mitzuteilen.
Shall we still get the ancestors? Maybe they have to share
Yep.
something with us.
Yes.
How are we doing time-wise?
Well, time-wise, we're. I would say it would be really nice to. That's also what I'm getting from the comments. Do we still hear more from the Arcturians or the Syrians? So I think we should also keep some time to hear from them. But yeah, so Nicole, if there's a message you want to convey to us, please go ahead.
Wir begrüßen euch.
We welcome you. We greet you.
Wir sind eure Mütter,
We are
eure
your mothers,
Väter,
your fathers,
eure Großväter, eure Großmütter,
your grandfathers, your grandmothers,
eure Urgroßmütter und Urgroßväter,
your grandparents,
eure Ahnen.
your ancestors.
Wir sind das Bewusstsein und deren Seelenzusammenschluss.
We are their consciousness and their connection of souls.
Wir sind immer bei euch,
We are always with you,
immer.
always.
Und einige von euch können es fühlen.
And some of you can sense that.
Es ist manchmal kühl
Sometimes it's cold or fresh
oder es ist warm in eurem Herz.
or warm in your heart.
Es ist ein Geruch,
It's a smell,
es ist ein Gedanke,
it's a thought,
eine Erinnerung.
a remembrance.
Manchmal ist es ein Lied, mit dem wir uns melden.
Sometimes it's a song that we use to connect.
Vertraut darauf, wir sind es.
Trust it, it's us.
Für euch, jeder für euch. Denke, ja, ich bin bei dir.
Yes, everybody can think that. I am with you.
Es ist wichtig zu fühlen und wir, eure Ahnen, wollen euch noch einen Punkt dazugeben, das Gesagte erweitern.
It's important to feel, and us, the ancestors, would like to add another point to expand on that.
Um aufzusteigen,
To ascend,
ist es wichtig, wenig Gewicht zu haben.
it's important to have little weight.
Wir tragen alle Gewicht mit uns herum.
We all carry weight with us.
Wir übernehmen es von der Urgroßmutter zur Großmutter, zur Mutter, bis zu dir selber.
We take it from the grandmother, grandmother, mother, until yourself.
Und wenn du den Ballast nicht hinter dir lässt, wirst du es an deine Tochter, an deinen Sohn weitergeben in deiner Ahnenlinie.
And if you don't drop the weight, you will pass it on to your daughter or your son in your
Es
ancestry
ist
line.
jetzt die Zeit, diesen Ballast in Liebe loszulassen.
Now is the time to drop that weight in love.
Schaut in euer Herz.
Look into your heart.
Wo ist noch Trauer?
Where is sadness?
Wo ist Schwere?
Where is heaviness?
Wo ist Wut?
Where is anger?
Wo ist ein dunkler Raum?
Where is a dark room?
Jetzt darfst du ihn dir ansehen.
Now you are allowed to look at it.
Nimm ihn an.
Accept it,
Wandle ihn um, transformier ihn
transmute it, transform it,
und dann lass ihn los.
and then let it go.
Es gibt so viele Wege und Möglichkeiten, dieses zu tun,
There's so many ways and possibilities to do it now,
um leichter zu werden.
to become lighter,
Leiter, um aufzusteigen.
to ascend.
Jetzt ist die richtige Zeit, es zu tun.
Now is the time to do it.
Es braucht Mut.
It needs courage.
Es braucht Ziele.
It needs focus, targets.
Es braucht Liebe.
It needs love.
Liebe dich selbst und
Love
lass
yourself
den Ballast los.
and drop the heavy weight
aufzusteigen.
to ascend.
Du heilst die Ahnen, alle in deiner Linie, rückwärts, alle.
You're healing all the ancestors, all the line back, all the ancestors.
Und du bist klar für deine Nachkommen.
And you're clear for your descendants.
Willst du es ihnen leicht machen?
You want to make it easy for them?
Dann tu du diese Arbeit.
Then do the work.
Das ist, was es jetzt braucht.
That's what is needed now.
Erleichtert euch in Liebe.
Make yourself lighter in love.
Und dann steigt auf.
And then ascend.
Wir sehen uns.
We will meet each other.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a beautiful message.
Ja.
Letting go of the past, of the heaviness, in order for our children to have a lighter life.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Nicole, for sharing your story and for opening up to our grandparents, all the whole lineage. Dear Asar, we are very curious to know what's going on in Inner Earth. So please maybe give an introduction of yourself a little bit and then tell us what the situation is.
Thank you. Thank you, Tyne. Yeah, I'm Asar, known also as Gregor von Dravich, and I am an economist. I run a company with free energy. We actually do Ascension tools, so we increase our vibration, and I'm doing that since a couple of years now, and that's a very exciting thing to do, and we are allowed to help many people who seek support from us, and yeah, that's a real joy to do. But in addition, when I met Esther, we started to talk to all these funny beings, and some of them, like our daughter Star, then at some point went to Inner Earth, and I should speak slower for the translators. Sorry, guys. And we realized that there is whole civilizations, humanoid and other civilizations that have lived in Inner Earth or that have moved to Inner Earth, including the Mayas, and we know that from our history, and the Lemurians, with whom we have very close contact also, and many other civilizations from all over the world. So we've learned maybe a year ago from Adama, our friend in Telos, Lemuria, that there is about 500 million humanoids living in Inner Earth. So that's a fairly big amount. And Inner Earth has already ascended. They are ahead of us because many tribes already lived in the fifth dimension. They kept the energies for thousands of years, waiting for us on the crust to open our hearts and be in love again. So, as we've heard already today, we are the courageous ones, or the crazy ones, or the naive ones. You pick who've come here to help Earth, Mother Gaia, our mother, ascend on the crust, because that's pretty much the darkest spot we have. And I've learned the story that they couldn't solve it in the galaxy. We've heard that also today from our Arcturian friend. And so they designed a planet, said, we bring everybody together, all the, I think, 26 major races, and let's see if they can figure that out. So there is Star Wars going on for millions of years, literally. And then they said, okay, we can't solve it. We send like the most crazy of us and try to figure it out on Earth. That's a little bit the story I heard. So that's us. And we made it. Congratulations. So very happy that we made it. And we are now in the grand finale. And there is already peace in the galaxy coming about more and more. We've worked, or we're allowed to support some of the darker beings in exploring their own light. And now they're making peace with the Arcturians and the Pleiadians for the first time since millions of years. And inner Earth, the same. They have made the step already. So it's now only us in the middle on the crust, where inner Earth is ascended. Upper Earth, the stars are ascending more and more. And there is coming peace. So, yeah, now we are allowed, invited to enjoy the process. And we have to do it here on the crust. And we get all the support from the star friends. Many of the Arcturians already moved into inner Earth. They have built their bases there, thousands of ships. And the inner Earth civilizations, many humanoids amongst them, have also reunited and ascended. And now we get support from both sides. So part of this party is these Ascension events that we want to do monthly, if you like to join, to bring our own energies up to speed with what is happening above us and what's happening under our feet. And this is really, really so exciting. So all the tribes, they are coming together, humanoids, also the bad draconians who have turned more to the light, other reptiloid beings, and all kinds of beings. So whichever beings we have on the crust, they are also in inner Earth, you can imagine. Insectoids, spiders, dinosaur-type beings. You will read Jules Verne, or you read other authors who've reported about that. It's a very thriving environment there in different dimensions, and mostly fifths and higher. So I think, I don't want to drag it on too much today. Maybe we have a chance one of the next months to let Adama speak, who is our beautiful friend from Telos, the high priest of Telos. There is many literature, YouTube videos out there from people who have been there, or a few at least, books reporting about it. So if you feel drawn to that, look around in the internet. There's cool stuff, and you can share us in the Star group where Star is reporting from inner Earth on a at least weekly basis. And it's these amazing times we're in. And I read a comment in Dutch, which I can't read so well. But the question was, how do I get out of the matrix? Yeah, you heard the answer already. You open your heart and you are love. And we are creating this new world now. And we do that together. That's why we do these beautiful events here. And you can dance and sing and laugh and meditate, bring groups together. And because we are many, actually, probably 95% of humanoids on the crust want to do good. Some are stuck, don't know how to do it, but they have a good heart. And there is a few percent who have other ideas. And we might wave bye-bye to them in the not too distant future, or we might support them if they want to turn back to the light. And we've seen that so many times with some of the extraterrestrial beings that have been pretty much stuck in the dark, also inner earth beings, namely draconians, with whom we were allowed to work, to meet and open our hearts, and they so quickly turn into the light. It's amazing for us to see. And in the GAP group, Galactic Earth Peace Project group, we have a few channelings from Esther where we talk to some of these beings, and they've really become beautiful friends, and they're so beautiful beings. Within some months they have really shifted. So if you want to join in, we're very happy to welcome you to start making more and more contact, so we become one big, beautiful, crazy family of humanoids and other funny beings with all kinds of faces. There's Lyrans with lion heads, and like it's written in the scriptures or in sagas. And there's centaurs, and there's reptiloids, and there's everything. So that's something that we can create together now. And I'm very grateful to all of you that you are listening to this, and let yourself be touched by the beautiful messages. And let's make a beautiful Ascension party out of that.
Thank you so much, my dear friend, for sharing your wisdom. And we really look forward to future events, hearing more from you. I know this is just the tip of the iceberg that you have shared with us. You have so many great connections in inner earth and also above. So in future events, we'd love to hear all about it. My suggestion is, if possible, dear Esther, could you open your channel for a final message from whoever would like to come through? And with that, we will wrap it up for tonight. So
One picture, I'm not Esther.
There's Esther.
Somebody asked about your name. That was Asar.
Asar.
Miguel von Drabig. Rechter. Beautiful name. Thank you for sharing, my love. Yeah, it's such exciting times. So many friends out there. All right, let's see. It could be the Pleiadians that might still want to do a sharing and a transmission of energies. So just take a few deep breaths in and out. Let everything settle in. Many things have been touched upon. Breathing always helps to feel. We are here. Of course, we are here. Time benders are everywhere these days. Pleiadians have arrived long times ago. Here we speak gladly from our open hearts. Our hearts have been wounded, just like yours, many, many times. This is why we have come to serve Earth in her ascension. We know when a new race, an ascending race, is taking up to speed, it needs extra support and kindness to keep the heart open. Our kind friends from Arcturus spoke about this earlier. Currently, I would like to suggest each and everyone opens their heart to a very tumultuous situation that just recently occurred. It can be small, something unkind, maybe a colleague or a friend said to you, or something big, the loss of a loved one. It can be small, it can be big. Sense in a recent situation, a recent occurrence, very recent, this week, maximum 2 weeks ago. We sense into this feeling together. Feeling together is less harsh as feeling alone. Feeling together is creating a field of oneness. Feeling together into a feeling of contraction creates a natural expansion. This is what ascension is about, a natural expansion. This is a small exercise that can have a large effect. Feel into your bodies right now. How does it feel to tune into that nagging, painful, obstructing situation that keeps running circles in your head? It doesn't leave. How does it feel? This is what ascension is all about. Going from contraction, from a sense of tightness, of anger, of loss, of frustration, of density, into expansion. This is the invitation that we'd like to suggest to each and everyone. Feel, simply feel. What is there now? This is all right. This is something we all learn to go through faster and faster over time. This is what is called feelings, allowing them to be there, allowing them completely to be there in your body, to be felt through. This is an important addition. Can a feeling get stuck? Absolutely. Can a feeling be set free again? Of course. This is why allowing a feeling to just be there helps it to come out of its cage. It is set free. It's allowed to be there. It's a tool of ascension. This is a gift from us to you to make it very clear that ascension is not just about connecting with angels, with extraterrestrials, inner terrestrials, kobolds, fairies, unicorns, you name it. They are wonderful. They are fantastic. We are all helpers and guides. This is true. This is all true. However, the real ascension takes place when you currently, here and now, address a feeling by allowing it to reside, arise, and leave you again. This is an ascension tool. It's not just about processing trauma, it is a true tool to ascend as a race. Pleiadians have been going through this many eons in time, and it took us longer, in fact, than it takes humanity now. How come that is the case? Currently, many fields are already prepared. It's a collective field that gives the indication, the message that feeling is okay. Feeling is safe. Feeling is allowed. This is what many extraterrestrials before you went through. Again, it took us much longer than it takes humanity now. This is our wish for you. Feel whatever is there and ascend with it. Ascend in allowing the feelings, the true feelings, not the storylines, the true feelings of despair, of feeling lost, of feeling useless, of feeling small, of feeling abandoned, of feeling fearful, of feeling desperate, of feeling separated, etc., etc., etc. They reside there, there, there. This is our wish for humanity as a race. Ascend by allowing feelings truly to be there. This is the gift you give to you and to the collective human race. Feeling is not scary once you say it is okay. It is okay. I'm an eternal being. I'm allowed to feel. This is okay. This is our wordings. A final small transmission will follow. It's just 2 or 3 minutes in silitude to integrate and feel what is there now. It can be bliss, it can be sparkles, it can also be sadness or loneliness. Allow the feeling to just be there. Simple tones come your way with a high vibratory pitch that might help you dissolve whatever is there. The Pleiadians are there for you. When you need us, please call us in threefold. We gladly come to serve. Feeling is a tool to ascend. Truly, humanity is ascending. Feelings are returning to the surface. We greet you. Here we gladly arrive back into allowing our feelings. This is the tool that can serve you at all times to ascend, to feel free. It's inside you. The potential to grow and heal is so much larger than you might imagine. The humanoid consciousness is one of the most precious out there in the galaxies, in the cosmos, you could say. Many humans these days are starting to realize that. And once you do, you are a flower to pop open like that. Then feeling has no relationship with fear any longer. Fears dissipate once you allow yourself to feel, truly feel. Time benders are with you. The times are being bent fairly rapidly right now, and the timelines look very exquisite to us. We greet you for now. The Pleiadians have spoken. We are there to serve at all times.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all these beautiful beings who are with us tonight. And it's so wonderful to see that there is a common thread in all the messages. Open your heart. Ascension is all about feeling what there is to feel. We all know that that takes courage, but we also know that doing that will help us to ascend as the beings who have already gone through this process have shared with us. So thank you so much.
Star.
Star is still coming
Yeah, I
in.
saw already a comment. Is Star already? Where was Star?
There's Star, our multidimensional daughter. She always comes in with a kissing hand. I thought she
She
was
lives
asleep.
in inner earth.
Oh, goshy gosh, I missed it. missed it. I missed it. I missed the entire event. It's true, Mom. You said, oh, gosh, he might be asleep. It's true. I had been falling asleep. I was in Telos today and I traveled back home. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Can I still sing a song? I doubt it. It's too late. Everybody needs rest. Then I just send you a kissing hand. I love you so dear. You have no idea how much I love you. I really do. I wish all the small children from everybody who is out there could tell you exactly the same, because that's what they would say. The children from inner earth, the children from the stars, the children who live in higher dimensions, they will all say the same. We love you unconditionally. The children from the light realms are coming back to serve humanity in just staying stable in their hearts. My name is Star. I love you so dear. Bye bye. Bye bye. May I sing you a song next time.
Bye bye, Star. We love
Bye,
you.
Star.
Bye, Star.
Love you, Star.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us in these beautiful Ascension events. For us, it's just as big an adventure as for you. We never know what's going to happen, but that's what makes it so beautiful, so adventurous. We thank you from the bottoms of our heart. And we thank so much also Vitas in the background, and Anise and
Sally.
Kali?
Sally.
Sally,
Yeah.
Sally.
Sorry,
Thank you,
Sally.
Sally, to
You just
jump
stepped in
in.
at the last moment. Thank you for being here. And thank you all. And we will meet again soon. Bye
Thank
for
you,
now.
and thank you, and thank you
Bye
everybody
bye.
for coming in and joining us. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Enjoy Ascension. It's fantastic. Best time ever.